Hi sir, in this video I'm gonna make the body for our assembly. So I'll just select the YZ plane, and to start with I'm gonna use the circle with a diameter of 84, and let's zoom on, and then let's make another circle with a diameter of 16 and then enter. And the next thing is to press escape in the keyboard and to extrude this. So let's select the home view and finish the sketch. And now I'm gonna extrude this part. Let's just wait for the dialog box to appear, and let's select this profile to be extruded, and by default the distance of extrusion is 10, but let's change this to 12, and the direction would be symmetrical. And after that, okay, next I'm gonna make another profile. I'm gonna select the YZ plane again and create another sketch. I'll just pan this so that I'll be able to see my sketch in this part. So I'll use the line starting from here up to here. This is 110, and for let's zoom all, and then let's make sure that the angle is 90 degrees and this line is 25. Enter and skip. After that, I'll make another two lines from this point to this point. So let's wait for the constraint to show up, and then from that point up to this end point of this line. So let's wait for the constraint to show up, and after that escape. And I want to do the same thing in this side, so I'll use the mirror. I'm gonna select these lines and select this as my mirror line and then apply. So it's done. I'll just delete this line because it will not be included, and then select the home view and the finish sketch. I'm gonna but first let's also delete this line as well, and then finish the sketch. And now I'm gonna extrude this profile. Click that. Let's wait for the extrusion to be applied, and then next the direction, it's symmetric, but now the distance for this is gonna be 8, and it should be 8 millimeter. And then after that, the boolean also is to join, so that this solid will be joined to the first solid that we made earlier. And okay, after that let's select this face and create sketch. I'll just zoom all. In here I'm gonna use a line from this point um, the length for this line is 80. Enter. And then drag this point up to here, and I'll just wait for the constraint to show up and click, and from that point up to this end point, let's just wait for the mm, let's make sure that it's really at the end point. Click, and from that point to this end point as well, click, and from that point and to this point as well, let's start from this, and there's an imaginary line, and then let's wait for the constraint to show up and click from that point to this point to close it, and then escape. And the next thing is to delete this line because it is not needed anymore. After that, I'll select the home view and finish the sketch, and I'm gonna extrude this profile. Just wait for the dialog box. And then let's add the direction by its default going from this direction, and let's just leave it like that, but the distance will change the distance to 16 because it's indicated in the drawing that the total thickness from this edge to this edge must be 24, and the thickness of this solid is already 8, so I'll just add 16, and then in boolean let's join that. Okay, and after that I'll just select this view because I'm gonna make a sketch on this face. I'll just zoom in, zoom all rather, select this face and create sketch. Zoom in again, and mm, there are holes here, so I'll just um, okay, I'll just select this face here because for me it's more convenient to use this face. Then create sketch and then zoom all. I'll use the line first that will serve as a guide for my holes, two holes. The distance is 17, and a vertical line with a distance of 95. Enter. Press escape to exit the command, and then I'll make a circle at the endpoint of this part of this line. The diameter for this circle is 8, and then enter to apply the diameter, and then escape, and I'll just make a vertical line here regardless of the length because I will be using this line as a mirror line for this circle. So I'll mirror this circle into this side as well. I'll just click that, and let's select this mirror line and then apply, and done. So I'll just delete these lines because they are not needed anymore. After that, select home view and finish the sketch. And now I'm gonna extrude these two holes to make two circles to make the hole. Extrude. So let's just wait for the dialog box. Let's change the let's select first the two circles to be extruded. So as we can see, the direction of the arrows by default going to this direction. Let's change that to flipped. And as we can see, the distance is 16 mm because it is the recent distance that we used earlier. Let's change this to 24 so that it will the hole will go through the solid. Then the boolean is to cut, and okay, and let's just use this reorbit to look if everything is okay. So it's okay. Next, um, I'm gonna cut a semicircle from the top to the bottom of this edge. So to do that, I'll just go here in the origin and select the what the XZ plane. It's like that, and this plane. I'm gonna move this plane up to here, but in order to make it um, very accurate, I'll change the distance to 110 and then check. After that, I'll select this plane and then create sketch. Before doing the arc, I'm gonna make a line from this point to this point. Okay, escape. And now I'm gonna make an arc. I choose this center point and I'll select this as the center point. So the radius for this would be 9. Enter. And then let's now make the arc. There. Escape. But we don't want this part. So let's trim that. Okay. Escape. And I'll just delete this line. For that, let's select the home view and then finish the sketch. And also I'm gonna um, undo the visibility of this plane and then extrude. Just wait for the dialog box to appear. And here we can see that the arrow is going upward. We will change the direction to flip there. But as we can see, the distance is only 24 mm, but the distance from the top to the bottom is 30. So let's change this to 30. As we can see, it's already correct. And the boolean is to cut. And then, okay. So now let's try to look around if everything is okay. Okay. Let's go back to the home view. And lastly, I'm gonna fillet this edge and the other edge on the other side. Let's just choose fillet, and by default the constant radius is 2 mm, which is just right for our which is just right for our edge. So I just click and then the other side as well. Let's click this right there, and then okay. So let's, let's check again if there's nothing that we forgot to do. uh, I guess it's already done. So now let's save this. mm. So for this, I'll name this as part 1 body, then save, and now we're done.